I remember asking my dad when I was a little kid, I'd been going to Sunday school and I'd cut my finger really bad. I caught my finger in a cabinet and cut it. And I was asking him about God and what it all meant. And he said, well, you know, people just figure that out for themselves. And I kind of went, oh, so I don't have to go to Sunday school. Okay, great. You know, and I went to St. Mark's Boys School, so I was in the boys' choir. And I always sort of looked at it as like, it was kind of like show business. I liked wearing the little outfits, and I was a corner boy because I had a good voice. And we traveled around and did these ceremonies, you know, and but there wasn't a lot of Bible reading or a lot of religion. We were
Well, for those who don't know, St. Mark's is a well-known and traditional Episcopal private school in Dallas.
Right, yeah,
Right.
Great school.
Well, how did you get from your father's interest in music and your mother being a singer to actually performing at an unusually young age? I mean, professionally performing.
When I was in the 7th grade was when I entered St. Mark's. And there was a kid in my class who had been taking drum lessons since he was 5. And he was a phenomenally professional drummer, really like a little man. He could play anything. And we became friends. And we started this thing, and we said, you know, let's mimeograph a letter and send it to all the fraternities and sororities and all the country clubs and all the schools and all the churches and all the synagogues, any place where they have dance music, tell them we have a rock and roll band. We didn't say how old we were, and we told them they had 3 weeks to book us. We were only going to do this for 3 weeks. And so I was in the 7th grade, I was 12 years old, and my phone started ringing every night. And I had to be in bed by 10, you know, so I had a couple hours to do business. And I don't really know how I did this when I was 12, but both Baron Cass, the drummer in the Marksman combo, and myself, we both handled the business. And these kids would call up from a fraternity and say, yeah, rock and roll band. You know, there weren't any rock and roll bands. It was 1956. And we'd say, well, it's $125. And they'd say, well, that's a lot. And I would just say, well, thank you for calling. If you change your mind, you know, give us a call. And I'd just hang up. I wouldn't, there was no negotiation. I thought it was fair. And why? I don't know. I mean, I sort of figured that's what everybody else was making. And we just took off and never looked back. And we would show up and they'd go, where's the band? And we'd say, we're the band. And it took about 6 months for us to like go, you know, we need more than instrumentals. I got to sing something. Maybe I'll play harmonica too. And Boz Scaggs was going to St. Mark's, and we got Boz to come on as a singer and another friend to come on. And pretty soon, my older brother was playing bass and driving us, and we were just in business.